Hello, lords and ladies of YouTube, and welcome back to Nightly Gaming's Nightly Gaming. So, today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to have gameplay playing in the background, but it's mostly going to be a discussion video today. So I'm going to be talking about Evolve and their upcoming free-to-play weekend, and whether or not that's going to be able to save the game. So, for those of you who don't know, Evolve was a game that was released a few years back that has asymmetric competitive online gameplay. So it's interesting because it sounds so good. It's four players playing as a hunter hunting down one player who's playing as a monster who's trying to eat other creatures to grow and evolve and get stronger, and then able to fight against the hunters. The hunters are trying to hunt you down before you're able to get to that really strong phase and then kill you. And it had so much hype surrounding it. And the thing is even the gameplay itself looked still pretty okay. There were some complaints about some balance issues and things like that, but for a newly released online game, that's pretty common. But a lot of people's problems with it was actually due to the fact that when it was announced, they announced a bunch of different versions of the game, basically different DLC options for pre-order and purchase. So people couldn't really figure out what to buy to get what things, I want this skin, or I want this character, or do I want the season pass. So they couldn't figure out what to buy, and a lot of people ended up not buying things because of it. There was also some controversy over the fact that they had so many for purchase skins and things like that on day one. No one likes having day one DLC. The cosmetic thing I don't usually have a problem with, because it kind of makes sense in a way, because you can have your art team working on it when after they're done with all the actual artwork as the game is being finished up. But with that said, people still don't like the day one DLC because it's not like a free to play game. It's a purchase for $60 full priced AAA title. So people weren't happy about that. They're like, well, just give me a few extra skins for that purchase price. Come on. But ever since then, Evolve had a lot of hype coming in out to its release, but then it got kind of trashed on, and then its community just disintegrated. So then no one is playing it, which then makes the game less appealing to the ones who do want to play it still, because there's not an active community to play against. Since it's an online competitive game, you need other players. So Evolve is trying to save itself by having a free-to-play weekend. So the studio Turtle Rock is allowing the monsters and maps and hunters to be played free for a weekend with your friends and everything, to show people what the game's going to be like. It also has some of the DLC cycling through during the weekend, so you can play different things at different times. But I don't think it's going to be enough to save it, because they're still wanting the $60 purchase price, so they're hoping people play it and then enjoy it and then purchase the game because of that. But the problem is the people who would be playing it are the people who already know about it, and because of that already have kind of hesitation going into it. I don't think a lot of people are going to buy a full retail priced game that there's still known balanced issues about. So no one wants to play an unbalanced game. There's still the problem of they're going to go in and go like, well, yeah, there's people playing now because it's the free weekend, but how many people are actually going to buy the $60 game? I'm not going to spend $60 and then have it be a community that that doesn't have a large enough player base for me to enjoy playing online and competitive. So I think it's a last ditch effort. I'm curious to see how this goes though, because it would be a potential practice we could see popping up in the industry in general for games that have less than ideal launches because of bad publicity or certain issues, things like that, like the most recent Batman game that had so many issues on PC. It was just ridiculous. To where it's supposedly a good game, but now if they re-release it on PC, they're probably going to have a lot more hesitant of a fan base going into it. With that said, it'll probably still do fine, but they might try like hey, here, try it free for a weekend to show that we fixed all of the problems that we had with it running on PCs with the horrible frame rate and the crashing and the lag, and it's just so they might be looking at this and going like, let's see if this actually helps with the game. Now, even if this does fail, I'm sure other companies could still see it as a opportunity for their game, because there's other games, like I said, for the example, the Batman Arkham games, where that's not reliant on having a large community. That's reliant on people experiencing your game and enjoying it. Evolve is a little bit of a strange case, since it's reliant on having a solid player base in order to have the fun experience. So if not enough people are playing the game, then the game isn't fun, and then so I'm hesitant about saying this one. So I mean, but then again, Evolve did have a really strong base when it started out. So hopefully they've cleaned up the game some, and by doing this, enough players will play and enjoy the game that the player base does become strong, and then Evolve could be a thriving game, and I would actually really like to see that. I haven't played Evolve myself personally, except for the beta tests. I got a beta test code, but I haven't gotten to play. I didn't bother buying the full retail purchase, which I'm kind of glad after seeing how much the community's dropped off. But it was a fun game, and it's an interesting asymmetric gameplay style, which I always enjoy the idea of asymmetric gameplay. It creates a fun little interesting field. I don't think it's ever going to be like a super competitive esports type of a game, but it would be a fun, fairly competitive online game that would be fun to play with friends, at the very least. So I'm hoping it goes well, but I'm really not so sure. Anyways, if you guys liked the video, click the like button down below. If you have comments on whether or not you think Evolve is going to work out, or if you think my opinions are spot on or totally wrong, or even if you don't like my discussion videos and want me to stick with gameplay videos, let me know down in the comments below. Always appreciated. If you guys want to see more of my videos, don't forget to subscribe and check out the channel. I post videos every single day, so nightly gaming's nightly gaming. Otherwise, I guess I'll just see you guys next time. Bye.